We're with Brian Tilley, the newly appointed Eastern Connecticut men's lacrosse coach. Brian, first head coaching experience for you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I grew up in Long Island, New York. Went to St. Anthony's High School for 4 years. Then was able to move on to here in Connecticut for the University of Hartford. Played under Coach Lawrence at the University of Hartford for 4 years. Then from there, when I graduated, I was able to go to Oneonta State College, where I coached for a year in upstate New York. After that year, the position had opened up back at Hartford, so I was able to go back to my alma mater. That's where I spent the last 5 years as offensive coordinator and recruiter.
You had to be, having played there for 4 years and having coached there for 5, you had to be pretty comfortable with the Hartford situation. What made you want to go off on your own?
Learning about Hartford and really working hard within the Connecticut area and surrounding New England. I'd learned a lot about the surrounding schools and competition, and through that I started to learn more about Eastern Connecticut through some contacts and really what they had been making noise regionally and nationally with the Little East success they've had. You know, since 2008, they've 2001, they've won 8 conference championships. So with that, kind of sparked my interest and dug further into learning more about the academics and what the campus life is like and the community. And from there, that's really where I learned about Eastern.
So I'm guessing you were pretty well entrenched at Hartford, so it sounds like you weren't really just going to take anything that was offered, right? You felt it was going to be a good fit wherever you went, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, I had a great opportunity from Coach Lawrence at Hartford. I knew the culture well, the surrounding areas, so I was looking for schools that I felt like I could be successful at, where I felt like I'd have lots of support from the administration and the community, alumni, and the more I learned, the more I felt like I could really be successful at Eastern.
What do you think will be your major recruiting pitches? In other words, what do you think you can sell a recruit on about Eastern as far as you know about Eastern?
Definitely student experience, learning, their academics, community, lacrosse, all three I think are definitely very appealing. Eastern has a lot to offer. Not necessarily success on the field, but definitely in academically and leading to job opportunities. I know the alumni are very close and they stay connected, and there'll be a lot of opportunities through that as well.
Well, you're just getting your feet on the ground right now, getting ready to meet with players, getting ready for fall ball. What are 2 or 3 of the immediate items that you really want to get going and really address?
Absolutely. One would be figuring out the culture. I want to meet with the seniors right away, and upperclassmen as well. From there, we're going to do individual meetings with every single person on the team. I want to learn about what guys' goals are. I want to help guys be successful, achieve their goals. Again, if we're all individually achieving our goals, as a group, I think we're going to have a lot of success.
Well, you did a lot of recruiting at Hartford. Now, is it going to be different? Basically, at Hartford, you're recruiting a kid to play Division I at a private school that's very expensive. Obviously, you give scholarships. But are you going to be looking at a totally different kind of kid now?
I don't think it'll be a completely different type of student athlete, without a doubt. Hartford was a liberal arts school as well, medium size, selling a collegiate athlete experience. So I'll be focusing in on the same kids, but I'll probably work harder within Connecticut and the New England area to really look for, potential student athletes. If
somebody played for you, what would they say was your philosophy of coaching?
I think they definitely say it's more psychological. I like to get the guys involved. On game day, I like to say that I have the best seat in the house, and that everything we've been working hard to is coming to fruition on that day. Really, because lacrosse is such a fast-paced game, there's a lot of communication that needs to happen on the fly and decisions being made in the moment, within a group. So I like to incorporate the guys, in our discussions when we bring it into huddles. we're talking about the positives and the negatives of the situation just happened, and I don't want to do all the talking. Again, as guys are, bringing up ideas and what we saw and what went well, I feel like I can make inputs and lead us in directions to be successful. But again, when it comes to game day, the guys are going to be making decisions on the fly, so I want to put them in leadership roles every day in practice and feel like they're a part of the process, and that way it would make it easier for game day.
So you're basically asking your players, in a sense, to police themselves. In other words, they are part of the program. They are the program. They're not just taking orders.
Absolutely. I think the culture would be a culture of accountability and really pushing each other to get better. We want to make each other better, and I think that everyone's going to be friends, and that's great. And maybe sometimes there'll be different situations, socially off campus. But when we're together as a group, on the field, it's important that we're pushing each other to get better, that we call each other out, that we're not letting each other cut corners, that we're helping each other become successful.
Well, last question, Bri. And you mentioned it earlier that Eastern's been very successful at the conference level, and I think what they've been trying to do the last few years is to take that extra step. Maybe get into the second round of the NCAA tournament, something like that. And I know it's early for you, but do you have a good feeling that maybe you can get to that next level here?
Absolutely. I feel like the pieces are in place. The support staff. I'm looking forward to getting to know the guys and bringing us to that next level. I think all we really need is a little bit of a push, and I'm excited for the potential that we have for this coming year.
Well, Bri, thank you, and good luck this year.
Thank you.